Well, this is pretty crazy, but we are less than 30 days from the beginning of whitetail seasons in a lot of states. My season actually starts September 1st in Montana. And then from there, it just gets kind of crazy. I could possibly slip into a North Dakota hunt. I've got Montana elk. I've got 3 different places I'll be hunting here in Michigan a lot. Minnesota canoe and wilderness hunt in mid-October, maybe a late October Nebraska hunt. So a lot that I'm excited about that I'll be sharing with you guys in the coming weeks, let alone all the work I need to get done before all that. But today what I actually want to do is share with you our final segment of the Target Panic video series that we've been doing over the past couple weeks. In that first video we did with my buddy Andy May, we talked about what target panic is and how to diagnose it. In the second video we talked about how to deal with target panic by utilizing an unanticipated release. And today what Andy has for us is 3 drills that we can use while we're practicing to help learn how to shoot this way, to help learn how to deal with, how to get rid of that desire to punch the trigger. So that's what we got. Tune in over the coming weeks for lots of hunting content as I get ready for the season, and then I'm going to take you along for the ride as I go on all these different hunts. But today, the final bit of our Target Panic series. Hopefully these drills are going to help you guys out.
All right, now we're going to go over the 3 drills that helped me beat target panic. If you have target panic, I can promise you if you commit to these drills, it'll help you achieve that unanticipated release. It'll ingrain it so that it becomes habit. And these aren't my ideas. A guy on Archery Talk really helped me through this stuff, and some other guys online, John Dudley and a few other guys have been instrumental in helping me and a lot of my buddies too. So we're gonna go through the 3 drills that I like to do. The first one is I aim without shooting. So basically I draw back, come to anchor, center my peep with my sight housing, and I put the pin right on the bullseye. I load up my trigger. This is important. You want to load that trigger up and you just aim. Just let that pin float. Just let it float. And you're going to keep doing that until your shot breaks down. You'll see the pin really start moving. Then it's time to let down. What this drill does is you're just allowing the pin to float. You're teaching yourself that you're in control of the shot. Just because the pin is on the bullseye or on the deer doesn't mean you have to slap the trigger. You can confidently load that trigger, put the pin on the bullseye, and just let it sit there. Just let it float. Stare at that spot. It constantly recenters itself. You're training yourself to just maintain control of your shot execution. The guys with target panic have a really hard time with that, so that's why this is such an important drill. The next drill that I like to do is blind bailing. We've all heard of it. Doing a couple things different here. I always like to be at eye level with the target. We don't have that in this situation, but I do recommend you shooting straight at eye level. Also, I recommend taking your sight right off the bow. Another option is to close your eyes, but that can be a little dangerous. But blind bailing. So all we're worried about now is shot execution. By taking the sight off the bow, there's nothing to aim with, so that kind of eliminates that aspect of it. But for this example, I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to draw back, put my pin on the target, and I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to load up the trigger just like I would on any other shot. And then I'm going to slowly build back tension until the shot fires. Do this hundreds of times. I had a bag in my living room, and I'd put my daughter to bed, and I would do this every night, hundreds of shots. And what you're doing is you're ingraining a new shot execution. You're teaching yourself and your brain that this is the new way of shooting. You're pulling through with your back muscles, and never again will you move your thumb or move your index finger to fire the bow. You got to tell yourself that. That's what I had to tell myself. Never again am I going to use my finger to fire the release. I'm going to only use my shot execution using back tension. So this is a great drill to ingrain that. Last drill that I like to do, and I always recommend doing this one last after the other drills or after you've done them a lot, is you're going to shoot, but you're going to lengthen your shot execution. You're going to try to execute that as slowly as possible. So draw back anchor, put the pin on the bullseye, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to execute my shot using back tension, but I'm going to try to do it as slowly as possible. I'm going to try to take 10 seconds, even though it won't take that long. And by doing that, by running it slow, you're just training yourself to be in control of the shot. You're training yourself to let that pin float. It doesn't matter if your shot takes 3 seconds or 10 seconds. Your shot execution should still be gradual in the same pull-through motion. So it's just a good drill to kind of bring everything together and really solidify that feeling of letting the pin go and running your shot execution separate and just letting the arrow hit its mark.